Good morning, children. I think after a long time we're having an online class, but I just wanted to tell you that I've noticed, we can find out whether you are watching these online classes or not, because there were some children who met me and it seems they didn't have an idea about what we were doing. Children come off, we are doing our best. Every teacher is trying to get through to you. Last year, we didn't do anything, just these online classes. You seem to be quite interested. You sent me answers and things like that. But this time, I've noticed there's not a very good response. You have to send me the answers and you have to read the lesson. And I suppose you know that your online exams, this unit test is going to come, and of course you've been already told, you've been given the syllabus. Like for class 5 you'll have this, what is this? Going on an Adventure and The Lamplighter. And two very simple, what do you call that? Very, very simple, what do I say? Chapters. Now children, we have finished the chapter. I hope you have read and understood the chapter. You were supposed to find the meanings, and of course page 14, if you open to page 14, we were doing the comprehension. Now, like I told you, read and answer, write numbers from 1 to 5 and to arrange the events. Now you can see over there, you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. There are 5. Now you can see that in the first is written, Don Quixote saw a horseman who was wearing something glittery. Now there's a dash over here. Now I want to ask you to write which one, suppose the first, you can't say Don Quixote saw a horseman who was wearing something glittery. That actually is the last part of the thing. So now number 2, found in some armor, wanted to become a knight, gave him look for. So he wanted to become a knight is the first one. And then he found some armor, helmet and a lance in his store is number 2. Have you understood? Like that. Like that way you have to write down the numbers like how it comes. Like when we say A, B, C, D, E, like that. It's alphabetical order. Same way when you start a story, you will first do the introduction. Like his name was Tony. He was a small boy, something like that, isn't it? We will not write the last, we will not tell you what happened last at the first, or we will not tell you what happened first at the last, like that. So it has to go accordingly. You do that, then choose the right answer. Now you have to choose the right answer. Mr. Quixote was famous throughout the world because why was he famous? Now was he because he was gentle and kind? Now over there you have, again you see boxes. Have you understood? Now whichever there are, how many boxes? There are 3 boxes. Now out of these 3 boxes, if you think that number 1 is correct or number 2 is correct, number 3. So if I think number 3 is correct, I will put a tick mark there. Have you understood? You put a tick mark there. Mr. Quixote forgot himself sometimes because, now why did he forget himself sometimes? Because he was getting old. Is that right? He read all day and night. You think that is right? He was busy taking care of his dog and horse. Now, out of these 3, whichever one you think is right, you'll put a tick mark. And now we come to number C. Mr. Quixote's biggest need after he decided to become a knight was a new. Did he need a new title, or did someone attend to him? A protective armor. Now, I hope you have understood. And please be serious, because you will get this type of multiple choice questions like we did last time. you know, you'll be given something here and then there'll be the answers here. So whichever answer is correct, you have to do that, especially the new children. Please listen to that. Very easy, that's it. Now, for reference to context also, here we have got like, you know, because you cannot write all the answers. Have you understood? Like reference to context, you'll just say, suppose I'm just giving an example, who said, and suppose it'll be like 4 names here. 2, 3, 4. You get 4 choices. Now, the choice, like suppose 1, who said, suppose Tom said, I'm just saying Tom, then Jane, Mary and Tim. Now these are the 4 suppose choices. You just have to put a tick mark. Have you understood? So that is that. It's very easy. You just have to know your chapter thoroughly. That is why you have to keep reading and reading. Have you understood? That's it. Now, this is the type you will get for reference to context. Say not the ones that you have in the book, but at least you should also read the ones in the book. Now, look at page 15, reference to context. This gentleman had so many odd ways and did so many strange things that he not only amused his neighbors and distressed his friends, but made himself famous through the world. Have you understood? Who is this gentleman? Now, who is this gentleman? This gentleman is Don Quixote. That is the first answer. B. Which words in these lines means the same as peculiar? Well, there is this gentleman had so many odd ways and strange things. So it is odd, or it can be odd also, it can be strange, but actually odd. Odd is the word. What is the main reason for friends and neighbors finding him amusing and distressing? Now, what is the reason that his neighbors found him amusing and distressing? Why? Because what he used to do was, and you know, like he would keep on reading and reading and reading. Like the answer is, if you see page 11, the first paragraph. This gentleman had so many odd ways and did so many things that he not only amused his neighbors and distressed his friends because of his odd ways. Have you understood? Because of his odd ways, they found him distressing also, and amusing also. Now, why did they find him? That is the reason. He had very odd ways. Yes, I will be a knight, and I will fight against error wherever I find it. Who is the speaker? As usual, the speaker, since the story is based on Don Quixote, the speaker is Don Quixote. What made him decide to become a knight? Now, what made him decide to become a knight? Now, if you see on page 12, because he read so many stories and his head was full of knights, knightly deeds of magic and witchcraft. Like, he didn't want to become a plain farmer. He said, why should I just become a farmer and sit at home? I want to become a knight. And he wanted to do he wanted to seek adventure. Have you understood? What did he mean when he said he will fight against error? Error means mistake actually, but he said, what you mean over here is that he said that he would fight against anything wrong. If anybody did anything wrong, he would fight against that. Have you understood that much? Well, now come to page 16, number 5. See there, cried Don Quixote, now I shall have an adventure that will bring glory to my name. So what he said, see there, said Don Quixote, now I will have An adventure that will bring glory to my name. Fame, glory means something very famous. Have you understood? Glory means fame or praise. Like when in class also you do something good, then you bring, like when you win a competition in town, inter-school competition. So you are bringing glory to the school. Have you understood like that? Who is Don Quixote speaking to? Over here now, he's speaking to somebody. He is speaking to Sancho Panza, who is his squire. Who is he speaking to? He is speaking to Sancho Panza, who is his squire. Have you understood? And the next question is, what is he pointing at when he says this? You see, he is pointing at a horseman. At a horseman who is coming from a distance. There is a horseman, he can see a horseman, and who is wearing you can say he is wearing Mambrino's helmet. So he is pointing to a horseman who is coming towards him. How do you think now he is feeling? Now, of course, you're not there, you're not Don Quixote. So what do you think and how do you think he is feeling when he comes towards it? Well, I think, I don't know about you, but I think he must be feeling quite excited. You see, now he's going on an adventure and then he's seeing somebody who he thinks is going to, sort of, he's going to have an adventure with this knight. Something, we don't know what is going to happen, but something exciting is going to happen and he must be feeling very happy. Have you understood? Now children, very simple, but you have to read the chapter thoroughly because you are going to get questions from, in between. It's not that you will get only these. You will be getting multiple choice questions, and please, 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 there are many children who are not responding at all. Last year, again I'm repeating, last year you had, you all passed and all, but this year anytime when school reopens, you'll have a very difficult time. Have you understood? So please, please do your work carefully and pay attention to everything. Do it in your copies. You can bring it to school. I'm here doing your online classes every day. You want it to be corrected? I can correct it in school and you can take it back. Have you understood? So good morning children, and please pay attention and study at least 1 or 2 hours a day. Thank you children and have a good day.